Hello, my name is Brayden, and today I will be demonstrating how to add and subtract positive and negative numbers using positive and negative charge circles in zero pairs. Today I have 5 equations containing the addition and subtraction using both positive and negative numbers. So we already know that negative numbers are less than 0 and positive numbers are greater than 0. We also need to realize that when we compare a positive number with the same negative number, for example, negative 2 plus 2, or 2 plus negative 2, or simply 2 minus 2, the answer will always be 0 because the integers cancel each other out. These are called zero pairs. So right here I have the equation negative 2 plus 2, and so I drew a number line. And on number lines, if you go to the right of the 0, that means it's a positive number, or you're adding. And if you go to the left of the 0, that means it's a negative number, or you're subtracting. So the first term in this equation is negative 2, so we start off 2 terms to the right of the 0 at negative 2, and then we add 2 terms, so which leads us back to 0. So essentially the 2 terms cancel each other out. This is the same concept, only this time we start off at positive 2, and we're going 2 terms to the left because the next term is negative 2, which we end back up at 0. And we already know that 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, let's get started. So our first equation is 5 plus negative 9. So we have 5 positive charges and 9 negative charges. So 5 of the positive charges cancel 5 of the negative charges out, which leaves us with negative 4 charges. Our next equation is negative 3 plus negative 4. So we start off with negative 3 charges, and we're adding 4 more negative charges. So since there's no positive charges to cancel any of the negatives out, we're left with just negative 7 charges. Our next equation is 4 minus 8. So this gets a little tricky because sometimes we look at this and we want to subtract 4 from 8. But we can't do that because it's 4 minus 8. So what's easier is instead of saying 4 minus 8, we say 4 plus negative 8. So here we have 4 positive charges and 8 negative charges. So our 4 positive charges cancel 4 of the negative charges out and leave us with negative 4 charges. Alright, next we have negative 2 minus 6. And we want to change that to negative 2 plus negative 6. So we have negative 2 charges, and then we're just adding 6 more negative charges. And in this one, there's not any positive charges to cancel any of the negative charges out. So we're just left with negative 8 charges. Finally, we have negative 3 minus negative 7. And this is probably the trickiest because we have a double negative, minus negative 7. So when usually in English, when you have a double negative, it's like saying, I'm not unhappy. So if you're not unhappy, that means you are happy, which is a positive. So these actually turn into one positive. So I rewrote the problem as negative 3 plus 7. So we have negative 3 charges and added 7 positive charges. So 3 of the negative charges cancel 3 of the positive charges out. And we are left with negative 4 charges. Positive 4 charges. Thank you.